It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Tackled at the 32.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And able to find Conley. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
19 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A first down carry for Barkley. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a game.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A pass complete here to Conley. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Jacksonville.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Saquon Barkley. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. It'll be a gain of 11, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I think this one comes under the heading of sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because you and I both know coaches go crazy seeing their quarterbacks roll out, in this case to the right side, and try and throw back into the middle of the field. He got away with one there.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he is going to have a Jets first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Henry. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 43-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Dexter Lawrence. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. On 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1.
Quarters with no score.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. The big fella. The 40. The 20. 10. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
They go play action with Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
They'll run on first down. Barkley, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Brought down at the 37.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards that time.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Janovich, the fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up
and Barkley will try to punch it in. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Simmons on the tackle.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
To throw is Jackson on 3rd down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. They'll look to throw here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. but they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing. Two things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. I got it.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36.
Henry fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. They go play action now. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson forced out to his left. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Touchdown.
From 13 yards out. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
36-yard line. A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a gain of 7, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Jackson to throw on 3rd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Jaguars 24, Jets 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Justin Simmons.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd down and 9.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And now here is another interception. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Conley there to make the grab. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
The kick is good.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Jets 7. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Flush to his right. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
At the 44-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
And Jackson throwing once more. Gonna throw right side here, complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up
play action. It's Jackson.
The Jaguars 21.
Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. Jackson will throw again. Sliding out of the pocket. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand...
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 37. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
Gain of 18 on the play. And the Jaguar
going on the ground with Madison. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
touchdown.
Punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Here's Jackson on 3rd down, escaping the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
But it'll be 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding, probably.
And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Jackson, flush to his right. He dumps it off for Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Flushed out right. And this is caught at the 8. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 19 yards away. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. And that touchdown there, it's not going to get them a win. It makes things a little more respectable.
Yeah, a little more palatable going out in this ball game. A little something to build on going into the next game, but it won't alter the final score.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point. On the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this fourth quarter.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Escaping the pressure right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Going to run with Madison again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
To throw again is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for Deontay Harris. Incomplete.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Play action. Now Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Tonight's final score.
And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get into their off-season program, and they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.